In this video, we want to learn how to add matrices together or how to subtract one from another. Alright, so in our previous videos we talked about we introduced addition of matrices when addition of matrices is possible, and I said that addition of two or more matrices is possible when those matrices have the same dimensions. Alright, yeah, so this example we'll just be making use of just two matrices. Okay, now in addition, this second example, as you can see, we have a 2 multiplied by the matrix A. So this means matrix A and B, of course, as you've seen. So when you have a constant multiplying a matrix, okay, well, we will learn how we are going to do it when we get to example 2. So let's just start off with example 1 and see what we have. So we only have to add matrix A and B together. That's the first example, alright? So let's put it out here. The first one, we want to add A and B together. So this is just A and B. So maybe let me just put it down. We have 1, -2, 7, 3, 2, -9. Then we have to add it to matrix B, which we can call 18, 1, -8, 6, -5, 3. Okay, so as we talked about in our previous video, right, that addition of matrices is possible, of course, when they have the same dimensions. And when you are to add matrices that have the same dimensions together, you add the corresponding entries. All right, so you take the element in the first row, first column, to the element in the first row, first column in the second matrix. All right, so that means our result will be 1 plus 14, which will be 15. Corresponding entries will be added together. -2 plus -8. All right, so when you add negative to the -8, of course you're going to have -10. Good. So we have 7 plus -5, which is the same thing as 7 minus 5, which is just +2. All right, so look at the second row. We have 3 plus 1 is going to be 4. All right, 2 plus 6 is going to be 8, and lastly -9 plus +3, that will be -6. So this right here is the result, that is the sum of these two matrices A and B. All right, that was easy, isn't it? Okay, so the next one we are going to be doing the second one right here. So you are going to learn how to multiply a number by a matrix. Okay, let's just get right into it. Okay, so the second example follows. So we want to add these two matrices together, but this is not just A, this is 2 times matrix A plus matrix B. All right, so how are we going to do that? Well, of course, we have to multiply this first before we add them. PEMDAS, all right? Multiplication first before addition. You don't add first before multiplying by 2, no, that would be wrong. All right, so to multiply matrix A by 2, this is it. We want to multiply a constant by a matrix, okay, that is 2 times matrix A. Let me put the matrix A, 1, 3, -2, 7, 2, and -9. You multiply that constant with every element of the matrix, or with every entry in the matrix, right? So that means you're going to have 2 times that to be 2 times 1, that is 2. 2 times 3, that is 6. So 2 times -2, that's -4, and so on and so forth. 4, 2 times 7, of course, is going to be 14, and then 2 times -9 will be -18. Because 2 times 9 is 18. So that's how you multiply any constant, right? Even if it's 0, if you get to a point where you have to multiply 0 by a matrix, right? Just use the 0 to multiply everything. In that case, you're going to have a 0 matrix. Okay, so this is not the result. This is just 2 times A, all right? So that is 2 times A is equal to that, because I multiplied 2 with A. Now we want to add this 2 times A with B. So we are going to be adding this one, not the first, not this, rather this one, right? Adding this to B. So that means we're going to have this part. I'm going to write this part down. Okay, we want to add it to B. So this is B. B is just, the division is just 1, so we don't multiply anything with that, right? So this is 14. Very nice, isn't it? So adding these two together, where this one is 2A and then this one is B, and they are to be added together. All right, so we add them according to the entries, right? Corresponding entries. Okay, so you have 2 plus 14 is going to be 16. -4 plus -8, that'll be -12, right? 14 plus -5. Of course, you know how to add negative numbers when they have different signs. 14 plus -5 will be +9. Okay, now we have 6 plus 1, that is 7. 4 plus 6, that's 10, and then lastly -18 plus 3, that's -15. So this right here is the 2A plus B, right? Yeah, so That's the second one. So let's do the third one real quick. Okay, so we have the third example here, a minus b. All right, so this is going to be our first example under subtraction. So you want to subtract matrix b from matrix a. Subtract b from a. All right, so you're going to put down the matrix a, which is this part, 9, and then we want to subtract matrix b from that, which is 14. All right, let me clean this a little bit. Where is the Okay, so we have -5 here. Where's the matrix b? Okay. Yeah, now we want to subtract, of course, the same way we do addition, all right? You're going to do subtraction the same way, just that here will be subtracting. So you'll be subtracting the corresponding entries from each other. So you subtract 14 from 1, right? So 1 minus 14, of course, is going to be -13, all right? Since 14 is bigger. Okay, -2 minus -8. Of course, that's going to be +6. How? Well, -2 minus -8. Negative times negative will give us a +8. Then -2 plus 8. Okay, that will be +6. All right, good. So you have 7 minus -5. Of course, similar thing. That will be 7 minus times minus is plus. 7 plus 5 is going to be 12. All right, so we have 3 minus 1. That is going to be what? 2, of course. 2 minus 6, that's -4 because 6 is bigger. Then -9 minus 3, that'll be -12. So keep in mind that is -9 minus 3, not -9 minus -3. -9 minus 3, that is -12. Okay, that's it for the third example. So you do subtraction of matrices the same way you do addition of matrices. All right, here we didn't have to multiply by anything other than 1, which will not change when we multiply. So the last one is going to be a little bit complicated because the fraction, but it's just a similar way. In fact, you can even do it as a homework, right? We've done these 3. We'll do it in our next video. This last example, okay, so in this last example, okay, you want to take the difference between 3a and 1/2 of matrix b. All right, so what that means is that we're going to multiply 3 to matrix a, then multiply 1/2 by matrix b, then we will take the difference. All right, so let's see. Well, I'm not going to write it out because I don't have enough space, so I'm just looking at it with our eyes. All right, we can see that 3 times a, that is 3 times matrix a, is going to be, well, I'm just going to manage the space. Let me write the 3 well. 3 times matrix A, okay, is going to be what? Well, this is matrix A, so multiply by 3. Of course, when we multiply each of the entries, okay, when we are multiplying by a constant. Keep in mind, this is just 3, it's not a matrix. So we multiply a matrix by a constant. What you do is you multiply that constant with all its entries, all right? Yeah, multiply all the entries by that constant. So you multiply 3 by 1, we have 3. We multiply 3 by 3, we have 9, all right? We multiply 3 by -2, we have -6. 3 by 2, we have 6. 3 by 7, we have 21. So 3 by -9, we're going to have -27. Sorry, 27. All right? Yeah. Good. Similarly, we are going to multiply matrix B by 1/2. Oh, sorry. We're going to multiply matrix B by 1/2. And of course, we're going to be multiplying each of the entries by the 1/2. Each of the entries of matrix B. All right, so let me do this. Okay, so this is matrix B multiplied by 1/2. So 14 times 1/2 is the same thing as saying half of 14, right? Yeah, when you multiply something by 1/2, you are taking half of that thing. Then -8, that'll be -4. With this one we are enjoying. Well, -5/2, okay, because 5 is not a multiple of 2. Good. Okay, so because 5 is odd, 1 times 1/2, that is 1/2, right? This will be half of 6, which is 3, and then half of 3, which is 3/2. All right. So we are now going to subtract. So we now put it down here, 3a minus 1/2 of matrix B. Well, what would this be? We are going to take this one minus this one. Keep in mind, subtraction is not commutative. If you say half of 3b minus 3a, it's not the same thing as 3a minus 3b because it's subtraction. It's not commutative. You cannot do like this. All right, you cannot interchange the order. Okay, so let's see what we have. This is going to be 3 minus 7, right? That'll be -4. We have -6 minus -4. that'll be minus negative 2, right? Negative 6 minus negative 4. Where's the minus? Well, we have to subtract these two together, or subtract these two from each other. So we have 21 minus negative 5 halves. That'll be 21 plus 5 halves. So maybe let me just put it down here. 21 plus 5 halves. Okay, that's supposed to be 23.5, but we are going to work it out together, right? Now this is 9 minus 1 half. Of course, there's 8 and a half, right? 9 minus 1 half. Let me make it, that will be 18 minus 1 over 2. Let me just put it down. 9 minus 1 half. 6 minus 3 is 3. Then negative 27 minus 3 halves, right? So you put it here, negative 27 minus, let me put it down. Negative 27 minus 3 halves. Okay, so why am I doing this? Well, I want us to work it together. So we want to subtract these two numbers, right? Let's put the fraction form. So we have 9 over 1 minus 1 half. We'll make the denominators to be the same. We can make the denominators to be the same by multiplying numerator and denominator by the same number. So we want the denominators to be 2, right? So we multiply this by 2. So what do we have? Well, let me put it down here. This is going to be, oh god, it's not showing. Okay, this is going to be, well, 2 times 9 is 18 minus 1, right? Divided by 2 times 1 is 2. So the denominators are equal now. So we have 18 minus 1, of course, that's just 17. So we can write this matrix as negative 4, negative 2. We are going to complete this part, right? So this is 3, this part we are going to complete it. So for this one we have 17 over 2. So let me put it down here, 17 over 2. All right, so this one, what do we get? Well, 21 plus 5 halves. Similarly, we are going to, let me clean this part. Similarly, we are going to add 21 plus 5 halves. So we're going to try to make the denominators to be the same. So this is 21. Okay, we can say over 1, then plus 5 over 2, plus 5 over 2. So to make the denominators to be the same, we are going to multiply this 21 by 2 over 2, right? Because 2 times 1 in the denominator will give us 2, which will make the denominators to be the same. So in that case, we have 2 times 21, which is 42. Then we add it with 5, that's 47, divided by 2 times 1 is 2. Of course, the denominators are equal. So when you're adding fractions that have equal denominators, keep one of the denominators and add the numerators. So in that case, you're going to add this to that will be 47 divided by 2. So that will be the entry here. 47 divided by 2. This is the same thing at 23.5. Okay, so lastly, we have negative 27 minus 3 halves. So I'm going to factor out the negative sign. Then we are going to be adding 27 to 3 halves. Well, the answer will just be 28.5. But let's see, that would be something at 47 over 2. No? That should be... anyway, we'll see. Okay, so this is going to be 27 plus 3 halves. Of course, we are going to make the denominators to be the same. So this was over 1 initially. So we multiply this by 2 and then divide the 2. Okay, so we are multiplying top and bottom by 2 because the denominator was originally 1. We want to make it to be 2. You notice that 2 times 1 will be 2 in the denominator. So that's why we are multiplying. Okay, so this is going to be 54 plus that'll be 57. Yeah, that makes sense. Divided by 2. Good. 57 divided by 2. I'm going to put them in this form. 57 divided by 2. Take note, I factored out the negative sign. That made us to add them. So this is going to be the result, alright? That is 3 times matrix A minus 1 half times matrix B. Okay, it's not hard. It's just the fraction that you have to compute. If you like, you can write this as a mixed fraction, but it's okay like this, alright? Yeah. Okay, that was great. Alright, thanks for watching. Please share this video with your friends, and I'll see you in our next video.